Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, this is Orphanlast, aka Skylar Madison, and today I'm going to provide you guys with a little bit of Opentoonz news, and not all of it pertains to my bounty. First on today's news, earlier this week, Marevna has just released an OS X version of the program, which allows Mac users to have access to my paintbrushes and the horizontal timeline, as well as whatever other added features Marevna has up its sleeve that the default 1.1.3 GitHub version currently doesn't have. A link to the Mac version of the 1.1.3 Marevna edition is in the video description of this video, so please look down there if you're interested in using this for Mac. And right now, you're seeing my activity that I did Monday. As you can see, a number of other users have contributed to the discussion around my Krita-like assistant tool bountysource page. Specifically, Blurry Mind left a very helpful, in-depth description of the features that I'm hoping for with this new tool that I'm hoping will be added into Opentoonz eventually. Also, this is when I donated $50 to the bounty, and proof of this is found at the bottom of the list when I finished donating. It says, as of 67 seconds ago, I donated $50. The bounty is currently at $88 worth of funding, and a link to the Krita-like assistant tool for Opentoonz bountysource page will be provided in the video description of this video, so if you're interested in donating to this tool that we may very well get in Opentoonz, feel free to click on the link and feel free to leave a donation. If not, that's okay as well. And more recently, we can see another programmer is now interested in this project. He's bidding at $250, and this makes me feel as though I should explain a few things because it raised a number of questions in my mind. As you can see, JP Turkottle donated $23 to this project, and ever since then, he and I have been keeping in contact on Twitter, and this has proven to be a big help because GitHub and bountysource are two things that I have very little experience with. He told me to get in contact with this new developer and ask him to introduce himself and explain a few open source projects that he's worked on that he specifically has some special pride in. I've done that, but the thing is, this new developer still hasn't gotten in contact with me, and if and when he does, I'll be sure to keep you guys posted. I've already informed this new developer that 370 plus people are watching this bounty, and if he wants the funding, it's best that he do some sort of sales pitch because the current developer that's shown interest in this project works on the Marevna edition of Opentoonz. That, in and of itself, sells itself. I'm interested in the $250 price tag, but will it be enough to provide a quality tool? I don't know. That's some of the reason why I'm hoping he'll provide an introduction. I haven't passed any judgment, I just have a bunch of question marks that need to be answered. But here with my conversation with JP Turkottle, he explains the following. As I said, bounties are not attributed, they are claimed. If he says he can do the job, let him prove it, and if he stops midway, or if the job is not to the satisfaction of those who contributed the money, he won't get the money, and that money can be rerouted to another developer. As you can see on the website, every donation goes towards both set goals. It only gets decided at the finish line who gets the bounty, so there is no danger here in wasting the money of the donors. So this essentially means that even though Denim 2 times bid the project at $250, he didn't necessarily, therefore, outbid Black Warthog. It just means that he's interested in working on the project. But ultimately, he who develops the best project wins. Next up on the news, currently as it stands, if you go into the help menu in Opentoonz, you can get the startup pop-up to present itself again, or you can get information related to when the build was posted, which isn't very helpful. It's a very unhelpful help menu, and at some point, I'd like to rectify that. I'm currently talking to Turtletooth, and we're talking about maybe making some sort of help menu that might link up to GitHub, And this help menu, I'm hoping, will function like a wiki, where anyone can come onto the help menu, add pages, and contribute to making text-based manuals, text-based tutorials, and text-based guides to Opentoonz. What I'd like to see out of the Opentoonz help menu is something like what we see in Krita, where you just go to the help menu and click on Krita Handbook, and it takes you to the browser, and it takes you to a website that's all about Krita. And I believe this is a site that functions very much like how a wiki page operates. And here you can click on a user manual. You can look at general concepts such as color, file formats, and such like that. You can check out their reference manual, look at various text-based tutorials on Krita, which are invaluable for people learning how to use the program. And I really like the layout to this site. But most importantly, you can type in what you want to learn about in the search field and learn all about the feature or tool of your interest. In this case, I type in the assistant tool. And by and large, I feel this search feature tends to bring up exactly what you're looking for. Sometimes search fields don't work very well, but this one has been implemented quite well. But as it currently stands, this particular Opentoonz wiki caught my attention. I can't promise that this will be the official help menu for Opentoonz at this time, but if it were to grow quickly, then who really knows what could happen. Currently, this wiki page only has 14 pages, so it's fairly sparse. So if you guys are interested in typing up guides, descriptions of tools, or text-based tutorials here on this wiki page, feel free to do so. A link to this Wikia page will be supplied in the video description of this video, but currently as it stands, like I said, there's only 14 pages on this wiki. So, if you're wanting to go there to learn, there's really not much to learn from here as of yet. Yet again, if you're interested in changing that and making this wiki a valid Opentoonz resource for anyone and everyone to use freely, feel free to contribute your Opentoonz knowledge to this wiki. Unfortunately, all my time is wrapped up with my full-time job and my work with my blog, so I really don't have any free time to type in this wiki. But if you find yourself learning something worth sharing, feel free to share it here, because I personally find wikis extremely useful, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, because Wikipedia seems to be extremely successful. Next on the news are the things on bountysource that have piqued my interest that I'll eventually dedicate some money in donating towards, because they're absolutely amazing, and I think you guys will find them amazing as well. But for right now, all my money is wrapped up in my bills and the Krita-like assistant tool for Opentoonz tool that I'd like to get created for Opentoonz. The first suggested feature that piques my interest is called Hand-Drawn Animation Autocomplete, and a link to this video will be included in the video description of this video. As you can see, no one has donated as of yet, and this particular feature request has sparked quite a bit of conversation. I'm kind of amazed that this feature request can get so much attention, and yet it doesn't get a single donation. Now, I'm going to click on two links and show you guys some content from some YouTube videos, and I'm hoping that I won't get dinged with a copyright issue, because in the end, this guy is trying to get this feature promoted, and I'm trying to promote it as well. And the best way to show you guys what this feature is basically through showing you guys these videos. I guess if I get dinged with a copyright infringement issue, I'll just have to demonetize this video, which would suck. But oh well. The first link he supplies shows the video where this person is drawing out his animation, and the feature is giving drawing suggestions, and you can decide if you're going to keep some or all of the suggestions or do your own thing. And as you draw your next frame, the suggested lines wind up adjusting to provide an updated version of the suggestions. It also helps out with coloring, and as you can see, he uses a really gradiented paint job to the drawings. And he just immediately accepts the paint job that is being suggested from one frame to the next, and the gradients wind up being consistent through the entire animation. And as the animation plays, it's fairly good. There's a few things that could use some refinement, but any animation needs refinement as you're animating it. But in the second video provided, it shows off where this idea came from. Basically, you can draw a few lines and it extrapolates patterns and gives suggested lines that you can accept or reject at your control. I'd love to see something like this in both Krita and Opentoonz. And here you can see him draw a few squares, and this feature auto-completes where he'll probably want more squares that are similar or identical to the ones he's drawn previously, especially in Krita. This would be amazing for things like crosshatch drawings. This would be amazing, regardless of if we're talking about Krita or Opentoonz. The next feature that I find rather interesting is Gimmick integration. Gimmick is a popular image source imaging effects system that has hundreds of filters, new ones coming out every week. It's extremely popular and very versatile. Both Krita and GIMP have plugins to use it. Now, I would be using Gimmick in Krita, but ever since their most recent update, it either crashes the program or completely locks up my computer. So, if this were to be implemented into Opentoonz, I'd hope that it'd be implemented better than how it currently stands in Krita. But regardless, this would be absolutely amazing to see, and this is definitely a bounty that I plan on donating towards at some point in time. Again, this page will also be supplied in a link in the video description below. Anyways, that pretty much concludes it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and if you didn't enjoy the video, please like, share, and subscribe anyways. Thank you for your time.